It's yours. The world is yours.
Yo, what's good everyone? It's Leak and I'm back with another reaction video by my boy Schmuckles. I'm sorry I'm late for this video. I was like extremely tired yesterday and I just wound up falling asleep. I was gonna originally record this video late night yesterday, but I ended up falling asleep. Once again, I'm sorry about that. But today we checking out chapter 24, legitimate possibilities for Dead by Daylight. Now I got this one comment in the Pennywise reaction that someone said it could literally be anyone at this point. And I'm not gonna lie, I agree. I hope my expectations change by watching this video today, but I guess we just have to wait and see. I still think it may be Springtrap only because of the simple fact of the player base thing. Remember, the player base is dropping like a lot nowadays for DVD. I'm not trying to say like the game is gonna die or something like that, but it's just the player base is just dropping a lot. So my plan, like I said before, my plan will be to bring someone that will really bring up the player base, and I think it really would be Springtrap that could really do that for a DVD. I'm not gonna lie, but I could, like I said, I could be wrong. It could literally be anybody. Let me shut up and let me just watch this video because I really want to watch this video. But I just hope for the best for the 6th anniversary. Honestly, let's do this.
So we had a ton of interesting interpretations and insight in response to our most recent giant spider speculation video. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit more about if a giant spider is possible for the anniversary, as well as explore some legitimate possibilities for chapter 24 killers based on new information. Right now,
oh, the
Babadook
Babadook.
Behavior's going to do an early video teaser for chapter 24 just like they did with the Ringu. Because data miners are able to leak licensed chapters earlier than the teaser.
I'm over here because I want to talk, but I want to pause it too early, but I don't know.
For the PTB. There's been a lot of theories circulating around lately about what's most likely to come. A lot of players are expecting a really big license to come in for the 6-year anniversary, and some of these
Outlast could be one too. Remember, Outlast Trials is coming out this year, supposedly, isn't it? So that could be a thing too.
These licenses are actually pretty plausible. How's it going, everyone? My name is Schmuckles. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this.
Sir.
I also stream on Twitch on Wednesday and Sunday nights. The link for that is in the description below.
My thing is like about the whole video thing about them having a teaser come soon. I don't know about that. I really think it's gonna be like the 4th year anniversary all over again. They not gonna reveal anything early. They just gonna not show us anything into the anniversary. That's how I feel like it's gonna be. Like, I actually hope it's like that because yeah, I'm liking the whole teaser thing and the announcements early, but that kills the whole surprise, you know what I'm trying to say? So I kind of hope that they don't do that anyways.
Just want to make something clear.
By the way, sorry for my voice being down. I just woke up, by the way.
Like these ones are the kinds of videos that I like to post. You can expect more videos like this one in the future. This is not reposting the same video over and over. When you see a new upload from Schmuckles,
even if you are recording like the same or similar videos, they still feel different every single time. So that's what just makes them each better. And anyways, like, that's why I'm like, it really doesn't matter. I like talking about like different possibilities on chapters anyways. Like, I like reacting to those type of stuff and talking about those type of stuff, and it feels different anyway. So it's nothing, honestly.
I'm guaranteeing that there's new information, news, or research in the video. Even if the thumbnail looks similar to previous thumbnails or we're building off of old information, there's always going to be enough new news to constitute a new video.
Exactly.
In addition to this, new videos are my interpretation of the current ever-changing situation. I hate when content creators repost the same video. But at the same time, I have to reiterate a tiny bit because it's not guaranteed that the viewer has seen the previous video in the series. The previous video in this series is this video right here. We thought the frontrunner for the anniversary was Pennywise, but that's actually changed now. This was our tier list at the time based on existing information such as this curious tweet from Matthew Cote. What we found out just days before the tweet, people tweeted out behavior about the ring as a chapter in DVD. And look, even
by the way, sorry about the background noise.
People were begging for this license. This was all just 1 week before Kote's tweet. There's pretty high odds that Kote was working with the Ringu license holders at this time, and this is what he was talking about. As a result, our tier list is going to change. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video if you want to see what we think is most likely and why. To add to our spider theory, people have noticed that the current rift's primary reward is a spider hatching. It doesn't add to the Saw theme, so it might hint towards the next
That's
rift.
what I'm saying. And it's not even only that. It was like a web thingy. I don't even know if I saw that picture. It was a web thingy. It was like if someone was webbed up by a spider. And that was a charm as well. I remember
Some
like it
people
was
are
yesterday.
thinking that it's a subtle tease for the next chapter in DBD. According to DBD Leaks, the next Rift was under development in January and will come with 2 levels. The mobile asymmetrical game Identity 5 brought in a giant spider and it was pretty well
What?
implemented. Some people really think that it's too early to be getting a teaser for chapter 24. There's no way to know for sure.
That's
if that
what
was
I'm saying, because Sadako is not even really out yet. So that's the only thing. It's like Sadako is not even out yet. She comes out this Tuesday, and we already getting a tease for the anniversary chapter. Like we already getting teasers for the anniversary chapter. I get if it was like just like a regular chapter. It's an anniversary chapter. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know.
was a teaser, or if it was a subtle clue that they thought nobody would notice, or if that giant bug was actually mistaken in the picture. The teaser happened before the release of the Ringu chapter, so some people are wondering why Behavior would have taken the hype away from that. When I
That's
asked
what
my
I'm saying.
subscribers, the word on the street is chapter 24 is probably licensed. We haven't seen an original anniversary since The Clown.
We've done a lot of licenses, and we've practically done all the
Wait, doesn't he mean that it's probably original?
classics that we have in our list, but there's still a few
I don't know.
in there.
Maybe I
And the
just
thing is that
misheard
we
something.
can produce 4 chapters a year, right? That's our format, and that's how we want to do. We want to do this in the future as well. And so there's only so much content we can create. So that's only like the 8 characters per year. So if we're gonna do licenses, they have to be awesome. They have to be a great fit for gameplay. They have to be a great fit for fantasy. They need to bring something original and cool. Silent Hill was definitely one of them. There's probably others out there. So from movies, from other games. So it's gonna happen again for sure.
Seeing a video game license for the anniversary chapter makes a lot of sense. Video game
When did he say this though?
licenses like The Last of Us, Until Dawn, and The Evil Within are all possible. Would licenses like this deliver for a giant anniversary event? These are the kinds of questions Behavior is asking when planning the 6th year. I'd say no, not really. Do we really think they're gonna bring in another video game license with zombies for the anniversary event? We can actually make some evidence-based speculations for which licenses are not the 6th year. For example, the Friday the 13th Twitter
Right. He has a point, because wow, it's like, why would they bring in zombies again? That is kind of true. Tag, man, that kind of sucks. That means The Last of Us is crossed out. It would be cool seeing like the clicker thingy from the game.
said in mid-February, if and when Horror Inc. and Victor settle up,
That's
and yeah,
true,
that's
though.
pretty much all I need
There
to
wouldn't
read
be
from that
zombies
tweet.
again.
It's way too early for Jason Voorhees. Last month, DBD creative director Dave Richard talked about his dream to collaborate with Stephen King. Richard said, "Personally, I'm a giant fan of the Stephen King universe and the villains from his books. I would love to be able to do one of his monsters at some point. I think that would be amazing. It's such a great universe and there are so many different possibilities we could explore." Do we really think Pennywise is the anniversary after Dave Richards said this in a recent interview? Devs are not allowed to say anything that could be revealing information for upcoming content. Matthew Cote talked about this in an interview.
The teasing has become difficult because people are so clever. Like, our fans are so intensely investigative. Like, we have to be extremely careful. I think we did
More like, remember the R thingy, the letters. I still remember that to this day. That drink, like, who catches that, bro? Like, who knows to actually grab a picture of that and know it's a letter down there? I'm done.
well with the whole chapter before that, like All Kill chapter. We had a series of teases and things on Twitter and Takeover.
Werewolf
and
Yeti, yeah, I remember.
the speculations were wild and insane, and it was so much fun to watch.
Dave Richard has accidentally done this in the past, but I don't think this is another slip-up. I don't think there's any Stephen King properties coming for the anniversary chapter. So no Pennywise, no Carrie, and no Jack Torrance. Someone tweeted at Behavior about enjoying the Ringu PTB. They thought it wouldn't be seen by Dead by Daylight, but Dead by Daylight
What is
tweeted...
it? Honestly, at DBD Behavior won't see this, but this is the most fun I've ever had with a DBD chapter. This killer is fun to play against, and as the priests from both sides are a lot of fun and quirky. Honestly, I am blown away from how much fun I am having. Well done, Behavior. I thought it was something about Pennywise.
And Cote tweeted this back. So chapter 24 probably isn't Predator. Cote would not tweet this if chapter 24 is Predator. Could chapter 24 be Chucky? I don't think Chucky's height is what's keeping him out of DBD. In an interview I found from 2019, Cote said, "Chucky, for instance, is comedy much more than horror, but he's still a horror icon. I don't think he would fit as it because he is too funny. The size is not a problem at all. Even the hooking, we would make a way to make it happen. That's an example of likely just too far outside
What? Get out of here. Never did he say that, bro.
the genre to be used. This
That's
explains
crazy,
why Chucky
honestly.
wasn't on the satisfaction survey. It's seeming more and more likely that Chucky is
But
a
like I said, I always knew everything was possible though. But like Chucky, even though his size, I saw him like always just look at Victor. Victor was always a okay for Chucky. Ever since the twins release, and I saw that Victor was just running around jumping on survivors, I always knew I always knew Chucky was gonna be the okay.
Is that behaviors
Regardless.
decided they're not going to do. Same thing with Slenderman. Slenderman is little more of a wild card than Chucky to me because there's no interviews with Kota explicitly stating a reason why behavior doesn't want Slenderman, other than the fact that he doesn't touch his victims. But Dave Richard just did an interview where he talked about how behavior worked around the fact that Sadako doesn't touch her victims. He even explicitly talked about how Sadako's interactions with hooks and
Pinhead doesn't touch nobody. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like the whole touching and stuff. Listen, they could do anything to incorporate any type of killer. That's why I'm like, they really do have their ways about like with any type of license. Like I don't know. Like they always created with their joint. So honestly, I'm not crossing out anybody for anything. You know what I'm trying to say? If I wanted to cross out anybody for anything, it'll really have to be about the fact that if they would correlate with zombies, like what Schmuckles just said, or if it's just anything that's way too like nearly very like impossible. You know what I'm trying to say? Like how can I say, like Gremlins or something like that in DBD? Like I don't think we will see that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like something like that. I don't know.
survivors are based on her psychic
Something that
powers.
seems very unlikely like that. I don't know.
So I guess Slenderman could work. We've seen 2 licenses
That's what
in
I'm
the
saying,
last year now
Pinhead.
with killers that don't touch their victims. If we get leaks that Chapter 24 is a licensed paragraph, that would kind of match Slenderman. So I'm not writing off Slenderman entirely. Slenderman could be the 6th year, but he's not in the top 5 because he wasn't on the survey. We know that Crypt TV has wanted their own chapter in DBD. Somebody tweeted about that and Crypt TV themselves liked the tweet. There's been a lot of controversies with Crypt TV and NFTs lately. So if this was the anniversary chapter, behavior is probably panicking right now. I don't think Crypt TV matches the profile of what we'd see for the 6th year. Kota himself has said that Crypt TV isn't the biggest thing out there. Does Netflix and Bioshock working on a deal together make a Bioshock license less likely? We know that the Resident Evil franchise has worked with Netflix. This was before Stranger Things left DBD, but it still feels like video game devs are able to hold on to their properties. Does Bioshock really match that iconic profile we'd expect to see for the 6th-year anniversary chapter? In my opinion, not really. The only way I
forgot
could
that
see
was
an
in the
argument for
game.
Bioshock over Ringu for the anniversary is if the Rapture map was planned to come in for the anniversary. Candyman is
That's the thing I would love about Bioshock in the game. Like I honestly have no idea what the killer would do, but the map will be like crazy, bro. You know how cool like an underwater map would be. I always wanted a map dealing with like a beach or something like that. Like I remember when we got that the cosmetic, the Fisher cosmetic for Deathslinger, and that other cosmetic for Spirit, and I think it was for the twins also. And I was just like, wouldn't it be cool to have like a beach map where it's like a like I don't know, the killer is like a like maybe like a sea monster or something like that, sea creature or something like that. I feel like a chapter like that would be really cool to have in the game. Honestly, I really wouldn't mind Bioshock being in the game just for the map by itself, because I really don't have no idea what the killer would do, honestly.
really tough to have in my top 5 because he's one of the icons of horror that hasn't been possible for years in DBD. He's more of a wild card at this point because he would fit as the anniversary chapter, but why hasn't behavior brought in Candyman sooner? Big shout out to Turquoise for bringing this to my attention. Those voice recordings we talked about in the last video could have and probably were for Dota 2 on Netflix. Dota Dragon's Blood Season 2 was released on Netflix on January 18th of this year, and Tony Todd was a voice artist in this season. If DBD were to bring in a killer...
Then again, he voices Venom as well. So, maybe that was one extra, I don't know. Something like that. I forgot what he had said in the tweet, but I know he definitely is voicing Venom for the new Spider-Man game coming out in 2023.
Hopefully they'll also get the likeness rights so the killer will actually look like the iconic versions we want to see. They don't usually use a killer likeness, but recently they got Doug Bradley's likeness for the Pinhead voice lines. This is the exact type of interaction that would probably happen if Behavior got Tony Todd's likeness for Candyman.
Dead by Daylight is happening, and I'm on it, and it's me.
Yo, I saw this video. Yo, I saw this interview, bro. I don't know what about this interview was just kind of... It was just kind of cringe. Not in a super bad way. Like, he wasn't cringe at all. It was the tension between him and the girl. I was just like, bro, what is going on, bro? Well, it seems like they don't like each other or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
And for all the times that I said it wasn't me, that's because it wasn't me. And for all the times that I said I hadn't been contacted by anybody from Dead by Daylight, that was because I hadn't been contacted by anybody from Dead by Daylight. As I say, I'm not a gamer, and this kind of started in August. Very slightly surreal.
Just to know that's Pinhead is kind of crazy.
At, Steel City Con here in Pittsburgh. Fans suddenly started coming down the line and saying to me, "Are you going to do the Hellraiser chapter of Dead by Daylight?" And I had never heard of Dead by Daylight. I didn't know what Dead by Daylight was. I had no idea what they were talking about, much less a Hellraiser chapter thereof. So I kept on denying all knowledge of it because I had no knowledge of it, really. But by a slightly circuitous route, which I don't entirely understand myself, and I won't bore you with, we have now reached the point where I am on Dead by Daylight, and I know what Dead by Daylight is.
Sort of, not really.
Kind of. And I saw there was that strange early bit of graphics that was released when it wasn't my voice. It was somebody with an English accent pretending to be me.
Yeah, that was the PTB. that was the PTB version. I think he said something like he didn't like it or was bad.
Which I didn't think was very good.
See,
they released the.
I mean, it was alright. I kind of like that voice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if they didn't get Doug, I'll be okay with that person, whoever did the voice of Pinhead, talking. I'm not gonna lie.
Look,
the bit you showed me, the bit of stuff with.
I don't know what they call it.
It probably didn't exactly sound like Pinhead, but they did alright in my opinion.
Voice on. Yeah, I don't know.
Things.
Well, it was pictures that moved, images.
This is true.
The one you showed me.
Yes.
Yes, animation.
Yes.
Whatever it is in game land talk. And I thought that looked rather good.
We've talked about other licenses that we don't think it is, so what's left? Seriously, could you guess what licenses are in my top 5 right now based on what we haven't talked about? Number 5 is the Alien with Ellen Ripley in a spaceship. Kote said in an interview in 2019, that's a tough one because the ones that I really want are possible. But Xenomorph and even Predator are really on that line, just past the line for use. But others argue that
that's why I'm like, yo, when you really think about it, yeah, Springtrap can be likely. But then I'm just like, look at the other licenses behind Springtrap. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's just so much potential for other chapters besides him. It's not even funny.
They would be fine within the Dead by Daylight world, and that's a long debate. We already know that Predator is likely off the table, but Alien is an IP that matches the profile that would make sense as an anniversary chapter. Heck, when Kote tweeted this, he could have been working with the Alien license holders, 20th Century Studios. Alien and Predator are both owned by 20th Century Studios, so maybe Predator is just something that's been on Kote's mind as well. Number 4 is the...
Right, notice that he posted that GIF as well. Like, why that specific one? You know what I'm trying to say?
Walking Dead. Some people think the timing is right for a chapter like this since the season finale...
Like, these devs are very clever with everything, too. It's like, the little things they post out, we could have missed, even though we would, like, wind up investigating that eventually. But it's like, I don't know if they do be messing with us, but it's like, you never know when they're serious. That's the thing I kind of don't like about these devs. They play too much. You know what I'm trying to say? So you never know what post is a serious post or not, which is the crazy part.
Right now for The Walking Dead. After the final part of the season finale, The Walking Dead hype will start to die down. We're in the middle of The Walking Dead finale right now, and the last part comes at the end of the year. The Walking Dead theories that are circulating around right now focus on the fact that AMC
I forgot the Fortnite. I'm done.
Developers in the past. And we're not talking just Fortnite, developers of all sizes. This is definitely a big enough franchise to make sense as the anniversary chapter. Number 3 is The Nun. One theory that
my
really
thing
makes...
about The Walking Dead, who would be the killer though? But then it's like, didn't he just mention like something like zombies not being a chapter again? I don't know.
Sense for why we saw 3 licenses in year 6 for DVDs because they already have the anniversary chapter.
I'm gonna say it right now. I really don't think it'll be Walking Dead, only because of the simple fact that it will be zombies again. You know what I'm trying to say? Silent Hill, Resident Evil is 2 completely different things. One is monsters, one is zombies. So it's like, yeah, the killer won't be for like, yeah, the killer from The Walking Dead won't be a type of zombie. It could be like the one of the Whisperers or something like that, or even Negan possibly. But it's like, that's still something associated with zombies, you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't think they might want to make that turn again.
Chapter lined
That's
up
just
with the
me
new
though.
map. I could see both Ed and Lorraine coming in as survivors with the Nun as
I
well
could
as
be
the new
wrong.
map. That'd be nice.
I'm gonna keep saying I could be wrong because, listen, like, it's completely unpredictable what they be doing nowadays. Like,
a lot of new DVD content. It's a really big license, and there's nothing eliminating The Nun as a possibility like the other licenses we've talked about in this video. I mean, The Nun and The Walking Dead both match this profile of a giant anniversary license. If the anniversary is one of these two licenses, it's gonna feel really strange rewatching this video later. The Nun would probably come in with a castle map. What's really interesting is that this castle where they shot The Nun is the same castle that we saw in the cutscene.
remember when we thought, what was it? Chapter 23 was gonna be, The Nun? What if that was for chapter 24? But everybody debunked it. I don't know, because of the fact that it seems like everybody debunked it already. They could surprise us again and it actually turns out to be The Nun. I don't know.
The Observer visited Vlad the Impaler at his castle in Romania, and they actually shot the Nun at the same castle. Number 2 is an original chapter. This covers a variety of killers, whether it's the spider theory, a vampire or blood-sucking monster, or the new monster that we saw in the recent Tome cutscene.
Right. And remember, like I said, notice that all these possible tomb killer monsters, creatures, whatever you want to call it, they're all humanoid. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's the crazy part. That's the part, like, y'all really need to, like, pay attention to. Even though, look, the spider could wind up being the anniversary, and that dream might not even be humanoid. It could just be on all 6s or something like that, all 8. And I could just be wrong about that completely. Like, who knows, we might actually finally get a killer that's actually on all 4s completely as base. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not no power incorporated. It's just base that they always on 4s or 6s or whatever. So, but like I said, remember, even that spider in the tome, that spider was humanoid as well. Notice how all, like, these possible creatures and stuff, they're always humanoid. And I'm just like, that always comes to mind every single time, because I'm like, why do they have to be humanoid? So that means that they can possibly be future killers, right? Look, humanoid. You know what I'm trying to say? Never did he imagine he beat all of them, bro.
A lot of people thought that this cutscene with the vampire was teasing the 6-year anniversary, because that symbol we see on the castle looks like it could be the 6-year anniversary crown. It looks pretty similar when comparing it to previous crowns.
Oh, wow. That's actually kind of, wow. That's very, very similar. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of scary how similar that is. That looks very, very similar to how the crown could be. I'm not gonna lie to you. But who knows? You know what I'm trying to say?
So possibly behavior is hinting at a blood-sucking killer for the
Dad,
anniversary.
what if it is original? How would you feel? I wouldn't mind. Like, I really don't. Like I said, as long as the power is diverse, good, and fun.
If they were to bring in a character like this, it probably
and we get like a lit map too.
would be a stereotypical version, but more their own original spin.
I wouldn't mind.
It's
I'm
possible
gonna
we
keep
could
it
see
with
a
you.
very different kind of anniversary where behavior wants us to focus on celebrating Dead by Daylight in their original creations.
And we want to keep
It's
on
like, yeah, we may want the licensed chapters that we may want, but y'all need to understand is that, like, these devs could possibly, they, like, months before the anniversary, like, they may be wanting to cooperate with certain licenses for a chapter that could happen, but it may not happen because the person, like, whoever company has that, whoever is license holders for that company, they may not be able to just give up the rights to anything. You know what I'm trying to say? So it could always just be something wrong with the licensing or anything that may happen with a certain license chapter. And that's why I'm just like, keep your expectations low as possible, because of the fact that who knows, we may even actually get original chapter. You know what I'm trying to say? So we just never know.
telling these as time goes on. The more original characters we create, the more stories that we have to tell.
You want to know more about this character.
Exactly, and like we've got some ways to tell this that I think we haven't even been able to show yet. So I'm really curious to see what we can actually do and how the players react to everything. Because the lore in Dead by Daylight is It's rich, and we just want to be able to show as much of it as we can.
Number 1 is Five Nights at Freddy's. At this point, Springtrap is hitting the mark in all the right places. Like I said, this anniversary could have been planned in advance. A license like FNAF is also a pretty good reason why we saw an extra license in year 6. Since Kote was working with the Ringu license holders in September, that means Behavior already had something different planned for Chapter 23, because they announced the roadmap at the 5-year anniversary. We know that whatever chapter that was tentatively planned for Chapter 23 before the ring was probably original, and did not have a new map, because Resident Evil and Area of Crows were the chapters with 2 maps. Meaning whatever original chapter was planned for Chapter 23 may have been pushed to Chapter 25 because there's no map. To me, that kind of suggests that we didn't see the Ringu chapter as the anniversary because it didn't come with a new map. Does that make sense? If FNAF is lined up for the anniversary,
that's maybe true.
With a new map, there's no...
And I'm telling y'all, remember, like I said, they could always just expand upon the map. It doesn't matter how small the map could be. They could always just add it outside of anything.
Way that Ringu with
telling
no new
you.
map would replace that anniversary chapter. Ringu could have instead replaced chapter
But like I said, keep expectations as low as possible because you just never know.
23. Behavior bringing in an iconic license with a new map is the best way to make the anniversary chapter big.
We are always going to focus on these events as the big ones during the year because we want them always to be big. These are the moments for our community where we want them to celebrate together and realize, look, this is Dead by Daylight's time. Come celebrate with us. This year is going to be no exception. I think we're going to deliver on a really big anniversary, a really amazing Halloween event that's coming.
Even though some people consider FNAF a controversial license, the giant release of Security Breach has shown that people still support the franchise. I've been getting a lot of hate for using Leaks by Daylight as a source for part of the FNAF speculation. I can't believe I have to reiterate this because I already went over this in this video, but there was evidence that Leaks by Daylight was actually told Chapter 20 before that chapter was released. Leaks by Daylight was able to reveal the exact Resident Evil chapter before it was revealed by Behavior. If that's confusing, you can click on the title above for the...
That's why like whenever it comes to these leaks, yes, I do always take it with a grain of salt, but it's just like you never know. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like that's what any leak. I don't care who's the one that leaked it. That's what any leak. And look what happened. Leaks by Daylight is the ones that's being the accurate ones this time. It's like you just never know.
Full theory. If someone has more information or can critically analyze and debunk
it's like
that...
a leak is a leak. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just it depends on it depends. Like it actually depends if it's real or not. Like the leaks I tend to always believe is like the PTB dates and stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say? But everything else is like pretty much speculation to me because you just never know. Anything could just twist and turn.
Fact, and I'm happy to drop this tweet as evidence. But saying that the tweet is coming from Leaks by Daylight and therefore it's not valid actually doesn't debunk the facts that we talked about. Let me know what your theories are and what's to come in the comments below. Which possibility do you think is most likely and why? It's kind of crazy that we dropped Pennywise, Chucky, and Malignant from our tier list, but we had good reason. Dave Richard openly talked about Stephen King IPs, and the Chucky and Malignant theories were heavily based on the assumption that this tweet from Kote was talking about Chapter 24, which it probably wasn't. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, like I pretty much said, like just expect anything. I'm just like that one comment is just literally lingering in my head because of the simple fact that it could literally be anything we just don't know. It could be anything that's so unlikely that we may think of. It could be The Walking Dead and I'm just over here talking crap. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it could be anything. Like that's the only thing you just never know. Do I think we getting an announcement? I don't think so, because of the simple fact that I don't think they will want to announce another chapter again. Like when you really think about it, they never done that back to back. Yeah, it's the first time for everything, but they just never done that. And I feel like that would just kill the anniversary hype if they was to do that. So I really think it's just gonna be like the 4th year anniversary all over again, where everybody and their mama is just gonna be speculating what the chapter could be, including myself. But like I said, that's just all speculation. We don't know exactly what it is. That speculation is fun, but we still don't know exactly what it is. Listen, I still hope it's Springtrap. Like he said, Springtrap could literally be the most possible thing that could happen with the 6th anniversary. It's little things like the crown hiding in the tomb. If that was the crown, you just never know. You know what I'm trying to say? It could be like we could blow off teasers like that. I mean, we could blow off little things like that. I wouldn't want to say teaser because that could literally be anything. But you don't want to blow off anything, little thing like that, because look what happened with the 4th anniversary. You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody blew off the fact that the 4th anniversary was Pyramid Head's head, and look what happened. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like it's little things like that that literally are in front of us, and we just blow off, and we don't even know that we just do it because we don't even pay attention to it. You know what I'm trying to say? We think it's far-fetched, or we just pay it no mind. But my thing is, it could literally be anything. Like, honestly, like, I know I mentioned the thing about the player base and FNAF being the one that FNAF being the one that will bring the player base back up, because of the simple fact that it's FNAF, and it'll bring a lot of new players to the game, as well as existing players who wanted FNAF for like a very, very long time. But it could literally just turn around and be like Slenderman. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you just never know when it comes to this game, honestly. And I do feel like every single possible teaser, quote unquote, that we get coming up towards the anniversary, I feel like that might just all be a fluke. Like I said, I really think it's gonna be just like the 4th anniversary all over again. Mark my word. I guarantee you, when they release these so-called teasers, they're not even really gonna be teasers. Yeah, I remember what happened in the 4th year. They release all these pictures and stuff with the clown makeup, the cat, it all was all in the eyes. I remember that polyester video. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. All that was bullcrap, and the biggest teaser that whole time was the 4th year anniversary logo, and like 35% of people paid attention to it and already knew it was gonna be Silent Hill, while the rest of everybody, including myself, was just like, nah, that's far-fetched. And look what happened. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's all. It's just like, you never know. If it is original, like I said, I really won't be mad. I really won't. Like, the things that these devs be coming up with is crazy. Like I just said, I just hope is the power is diverse and just fun and is good. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want like a power that's just 2 killers' powers and then that's the new power for the killer. You know what I'm trying to say? So I just really want a game-changing power. If the original chapter is gonna be an anniversary chapter, if it is a giant spider, I hope the spider is able to like maybe web across the map and web spiders up, something crazy like that, honestly, and crawl on the ceiling or anything like that, or like pounce from tree to tree, like something crazy like that. Like imagine you on the gen and you just see a spider just pounce from one tree to another tree and it's just about to just pounce on you or something like that, or just web you up. Imagine seeing that. That would be crazy. But let me know what y'all think, man. Leave my man Schmuckles a like and subscribe. If you like this reaction, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. It could be anyone, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all, take care, and peace.
To the beat, y'all.
Check it out.
Come on. 1, 2. What you going